We're gonna be bringing y'all with us for 48 hours of wintertime boat life.
Whistler doesn't whistle anymore, but it'll boil some water.
The temp starts dropping. She goes nuts.
Diesel-fired heater units on this boat. Issue with it recently.
The most used thing on our entire boat.
Horrible Wi-Fi.
Woo!
Really cold.
We invite you to join us for a glimpse into 48 hours of wintertime boat life, living aboard our 44-foot sailing yacht, Tela Ru. If you're just discovering our channel, we're Sean and Amber, and we are traveling the world aboard our classic Yacht sailboat. As we circumnavigate the globe, we're experiencing incredible and even life-changing adventures. We're currently tucked away in a marina along the Côte d'Azur, waiting out the cold, damp, and at times stormiest part of winter here in the Med before we continue our amazing journey. In the meantime, we've been embracing the rhythm of marina life. It is nice to get into a bit of a routine while we wait another couple of weeks to get back out to sea where Tela Ru loves to be. Living on our boat is a world apart from the ordinary, where routines intertwine with the unpredictable. From the familiar routine tasks we once did on solid ground to the unique process of accomplishing them on the boat these days. The essence of our adventure lies in the details, the nuances that set boat life apart. So we're happy to have y'all join us in this video for 48 hours of wintertime boat life. Welcome back to Sailing Tela Ru, y'all. We're gonna be bringing y'all with us for 48 hours of wintertime boat life.
Well, top of the morning to y'all. It's about coffee 30 here on Tela Ru. We're coffee drinkers here on Tela Ru and like to have a little coffee. We got our Illy coffee here. It's one of our favorites. We're both coffee drinkers, and I'm a coffee drinker and a thinker. I like to have my morning coffee and look at the news and catch up on Beach Talk. Beach Talk, if y'all don't know what that is, it's an aviation blog website, and it's packed full of information, aviation related stuff, and I kind of like to sip a little coffee and think and reflect on the day ahead and get started that way. So let's get this coffee going. First thing to do is get some water here. Get a good old pot of water going here, and then we're gonna get our stove cranked up. We'll let that come to a good hard boil. This used to be one of those old-fashioned whistling water kettles where it whistled like a steam whistle. But this here has unfortunately been knocked loose and banged around on passages a few times over the past year, sailing around. And this Whistler doesn't whistle anymore, but it'll boil some water. While we're letting this water come to a good hard boil, we'll go ahead and get this coffee ready. We like to use this here French press. Very simple, non-electric operation, works real good on a sailboat. We take our Illy coffee, and I like to do 3 heaping scoops of this coffee. There's one. Now we need our hot water. Alright, y'all, looks like we got a hard boil going on our water. As I told you, our Whistler don't whistle anymore, but it's ready. It's steaming. Get our hot water in here. Now, we like to give it a good stir. We'll get the hot water in. Alright, get this here set just about like that. Now we like to wait at least 5 minutes, y'all. Let that coffee seep real good. Get that real rich flavor going, and then we'll press it. Alright, y'all, it's been about 10 minutes. I like to press it nice and slow and even. Now, I like a little shot of milk in mine. No sugar, but just a little shot of milk. And there you go. A good old cup of Morning Joe.
Welcome to the V-berth. Not your typical land version of a bed, but this is a very typical boat bed. It's not too easy to make it look perfect, but making it look decent definitely makes a difference each day. Now, it's wintertime, so in case y'all didn't catch how many layers, including the sheet, we bundle up in 5 layers at night. Alright, y'all, that's about as good as I make the bed in the mornings. Now, there are two types of morning people. There's people like Sean here who like to sit, be quiet, reflect, read the news and the aviation blog Beach Talk, and not really be bothered much until after coffee. And then there's me. It's wintertime, so I can't stay skimpy all day like this. I need to start off by layering. I usually put on first like a layer of these Helly Hansen underwear, then I put on my regular clothes, and then I put on a jacket. I wake up most days with a whole heap of energy. Try not to let that energy annoy my dear husband, because mornings are my favorite time of the entire day. 9 p.m., however, is a whole different story. So layer 1 is done. Now I can get for real dressed. I always wear at least 2 pairs of socks. And these Uggs, I have worn them to freaking heck and back, but they keep my feet so warm. Now that I'm dressed, I am finishing up my delicious coffee that Sean has made. Then we are going to feed and walk Delilah girl, but first I wanted to show y'all what she wears in the wintertime because she stays all wrapped up in her little poncho. It's wintertime, so if we're cold, she's probably cold too. Good morning. Let's get breakfast. Okay, you can eat. We're getting ready to go on our morning walk. Sean did have to put together, build this little step board, we call it. And he puts that up every day and we just walk right off of it, off of the bow of the boat. Thank you, baby. Delilah's happy place is the freaking beach. Anywhere we go, like the beach is her favorite place, but she goes nuts. Delilah girl had her playtime on the beach. We got her put back aboard Tela Ru. Now we're going to get some croissants. Sean is actually pretty good at French, so he orders our food in French.
Bonjour. Je voudrais 2 croissants au almond, s'il vous plaît.
Pour ici ou emporter?
And to go. Oui. And un croissant aux pommes, s'il vous plaît.
These are those delicious baked goods that Sean just ordered. Been on the boat for a little bit, but we realized, ooh, it's 10:30. We need to go to the little market, get a couple things that we need for our wintertime dinner that we're gonna do tonight, because everything closes at noon. Sometimes they open back at 2, maybe later, don't know.
Or never.
Or never. Open and close when they want to. This is the little grocery store, the little fresh vegetable and food store that we go to get all of our fruits and veggies. Let's go get some fruits and veggies. We got a bag full of ingredients for our wintertime dinner tonight. Got it before they closed up for lunch, and who knows when they would open back. Back to the boat we go.
All right, y'all. So on these chilly, cool winter days, we are very fortunate to have this Swedish built Yacht 440 because it has an excellent heater on it. We've got one of those there diesel-fired heater units on this boat, and let me tell you, it will get toasty down here. And all we have to do is very simple to get this thing fired up and going. We just have to push this button over here, the heat button, and we push that, and then we release it. Then the heater starts pumping fuel, and then it ignites, and then once it ignites and fires off, the blower starts blowing and circulates that warm old air throughout the vent system here in the boat, and it is fine, let me tell you. Now, we did have an issue with it recently, and woke up one day and it was really cold, and went to push the heater button to get it fired up, and you could hear the fuel pump clicking, pumping fuel, but it would never fire. After a few seconds, it would go into automatic shutdown mode. I got to researching the manuals on it, looking for what I could do to troubleshoot it, so ended up having to crawl up in the engine compartment, get to the heater, and took out the glow plug, and yep, it was fouled. So I got me a good old-fashioned wire brush, and I scrubbed off the carbon deposits and all the fouling off the glow plug and cleaned it up real good, and put that glow plug back in. It fired right up. Heater's toasty warm again. So that was a simple fix. Usually in boat projects, things never go quite as simple and easy as you think they're going to, but that one sure did, and I was sure glad that it was simple. We got our heater fired back up and keeping us toasty warm on these cool winter days.
One thing that we do every single day, wintertime or not, is we plug in the hot water heater for about 2 hours, and that ensures that we do have scalding, amazing, hot showers every single night. So I'm about to go plug it in now so it can be heating for the next 2 hours. We are now approaching end of day. We're gonna feed and walk Delilah again for her evening dinner and walk.
Since we got all the chores and running around off the boat done, we'll take this handy dandy homemade passerelle down for the evening. That way it doesn't bang and clang and make all kinds of racket noise all evening. Got that done. Now we're all tucked away for the evening. Oh, it's the end of a nice winter day here aboard Tela Ru, and if y'all watch any of our previous videos, every now and then I like to enjoy a cigar, and I also like to enjoy a little cocktail every now and then, and I thought I'd fix me a Maker's Mark and water, sip a little bourbon, and have a nice cigar here in the cockpit this afternoon. So y'all, there's a preacher. One day the preacher decided he needed some exercise. So he got his bicycle and went out for a bike ride. And while he was out riding around, he came across this little boy sitting on the sidewalk trying to sell a lawnmower. The preacher stopped and he said, "Hey there," he said, "how much you want for that lawnmower?" That little boy said, "Oh," he said, "I'd like to get just enough to have me a bicycle." The preacher thought about it and he said, "Well," he said, "would you take my bike here in on even trade for it?" That little boy said, "Mister, you got yourself a deal." Preacher took that push mower and he got that pull cord and he started yanking on it, trying to start it. Wouldn't start. The preacher decided to give it a few more cranks. He cranked on that thing a few more times. No luck. That preacher said, "Hey," he said, "I can't get this mower to start." That little boy said, "Oh," he said, "well, you see," he said, "you got to cuss at it to get it to start." And the preacher said, "Oh, no," he said, "I'm a minister." And he said, "No, I don't cuss." He said, "In fact, it's been so long since I cussed, I don't even think I remember how." And that little boy looked back and smiled and grinned as he rode off on his new bike and said, "Oh," he said, "just keep pulling on that cord." He said, "It'll come back to you."
All right, Sean is up top smoking his cigar. I came down below. I'm gonna start cooking dinner. Unplug the hot water because it has been going, I don't know, like 3 hours now. Gonna unplug that and get to cooking some warm dinner for this cold winter day. It has really gotten really chilly, by the way. Really around like 3 or 4 here. The temp starts dropping. It's cold. I'm frozen. I was up top on the phone with my Mimi and Papa. Those are my grandparents. So anyway, I'm gonna start cooking now. Now the heat can stay down here. My eyes are burning. Woo! Dinner's in the oven. We're having chicken pot pie. One of my favorite things about this boat is that after about 2 hours of that hot water heater plugged in, it is scalding hot. So food's in the dinner. Food's in the dinner. Dinner is in the oven. So I'm going to go wash my makeup off, enjoy this hot shower on this chilly winter day of living on a boat. Dinner is pretty much ready, but I'm leaving it in the oven until Sean gets out of the shower. He just went to hop into the shower now. When he comes out, I'm gonna just pull the chicken pot pie out of the oven, get it plated, and then I think we're gonna watch a movie or something, and that's gonna be it for today. Tomorrow we are going to continue on with 48 hours of living on a boat in the winter. We actually have a completely different type of day tomorrow than what we've had today, and we're gonna see y'all tomorrow. It's a brand new day right here on Tela Ru. We are continuing our 48 hours of wintertime boat life. It feels a little colder this morning than it did yesterday morning. We went ahead and got this morning our coffee made, got all ready for the day, dressed, all that jazz that we showed y'all yesterday. When the recycling bag is full, then Sean brings that with us on our walk and gets that taken care of.
That's right.
Let's go. You got it. You got it.
They got this area over here, y'all, that's called tri-selectif. They got your plastics and cardboard and papers. You got your green for your glass. And they got the white over there for the regular garbage. The whole lid doesn't open. They have it locked for some reason. So you can't put big stuff in there, but you put your plastic bottles and paper and plastic, which is good. It makes you feel good about doing something for the environment. When I grew up, there wasn't no such thing as recycling. We grew up out in the country and we had burn barrels. We burnt all of our trash out in the backyard.
There's a certain dampness that just comes with the territory of living on a boat in the wintertime. So as the condensation builds up each day, we dry it off as often as we can. If not, it would be quite drippy down in our living space. Ventilation certainly helps, but sometimes it's just honestly too cold to open up the hatches. Luckily, drying it up with a towel works pretty well. Y'all, it may appear that we go to the grocery stores and butcher shops and markets quite often, but it's definitely the French way of life to pick up your groceries on an as-needed basis in order to always have fresh items to cook with. As y'all know, we also live on a 44-foot monohull, which means we don't have tons and tons of fridge and freezer room to go nuts and keep packed full. So we usually go pick up what we need at the local shops about 3 times a week or so.
Bonjour, monsieur. Ça va bien? Bien. 2 pieces, s'il vous plaît.
2 pièces.
2 pièces, s'il vous plaît.
Okay.
Okay, the sun has come out, but there is still a chill in the air. Sean just got our cart out. This is probably the most used thing on our entire boat. This wagon, literally, we use it every single week and it is worth its weight in gold. It wasn't expensive at all, but this is like, if you're gonna do the live aboard lifestyle boat life, you have to have a wagon. So today's definitely different than yesterday. We just got back from the butcher shop, got that stuff put away, but now we're going about a 1 mile walk one way, so 2 miles round trip, and we're going to the casino. It's called the casino, but it is actually a grocery store. We are just gonna pick up a couple of heavy things, like big things of water and stuff like that. Water is actually insanely cheap over here versus the US. It's less than $1 a bottle for huge bottles of water. Kind of like a Lowe's. Talk about using something till the wheels fall off. I'm gonna show you this. That's what's happening to that one ever since the middle thing.
So, yeah, it's starting to come apart here. So I guess we just roll it until it doesn't roll and then get a new cord. Yeah, these are air up, but I don't know if these, I think, maybe too big, and they are, I think, maybe. These will be perfect if I don't think they will clear this.
Oh, none of these are the air up ones.
Yeah.
So these are a little too big, and they're $25 each anyways. So you just said that it might even just be cheaper just to buy a whole new cart.
Yeah.
Somehow we always end up getting much stuff than we had planned. But they actually have quite a bit of stuff at this casino. Cereal aisle. This is a really big store. Pretty big store, huh? Big.
They have a lot. The French wine selection is overwhelming. Like from where I'm standing here all the way to the end is all Bordeaux wines. It's kind of an interesting but fun experience. It's almost like a scavenger hunt. I mean, I know this is the Pomerol region of Bordeaux, so we will try it, see how it goes. And then we have another one from the Medoc region of Bordeaux. So
you can find some pretty affordable wines here too.
yeah, I mean, some Bordeaux wine down there for, $3, €4 a bottle, but as Frank would say, scare me.
We try to stick to the $15 to $20 range on our wines for everyday drinking. Special occasions, we'll spend more on our wine, but $15 to $20 a bottle is kind of our everyday drinker type of wine. We got our grocery shopping done. We came back. I've already fed and walked Delilah for the evening. Sean already had an afternoon cigar, and he is going to be cooking us up some steaks for dinner that he got at the butcher shop. Some boat days are not full of like tons of excitement and adventure. Some boat days are truly just living. Sometimes you need days that are just a little bit of just living, not running around with your hair on fire, doing crazy adventures. So today was definitely just a living life kind of day. Another chore to do for the wintertime boat day here on Tela Ru. We gotta take the trash out. It's always my job. This marina, they don't have a big central dumpster, but they do have a bunch of trash cans lined all up and down the dock, which is really convenient. You don't have to go that far. The recycling, however, as we saw earlier, is over in a central section. Since we went to the store and the market, we've got more recycling built up, so I will take another recycling run as we take the trash and get this deposited, and then it'll be about time to call it a day for me on the chores. This video is going live this week, so what you're seeing right now is actually from this week. Recycling twice in one day. Good humans.
That's right.
In the afternoons, oh my gosh, the temperature totally drops. Hey babe.
Hey babe.
What you doing, boat life stuff?
Boat life stuff. Fun adventure of sailing around the world is finding Wi-Fi, or as they say here in France, Wi-Fi. Most marinas we have been to on our adventures so far have absolutely horrible Wi-Fi. It sucks in pretty much every marina we go to, but you can usually always find a spot somewhere where you get really good signal. So up here, we get really good signal, so I like to come up here from time to time and catch the good strong Wi-Fi signal and download some stuff. We're able to download videos or even Netflix movies and then take them back to good old Tela Ru and watch them. Getting her done.
Boat life.
Boat life. That on.
So this is our TV. and Sean is setting up Bond, James Bond. So this is the James Bond collection that we have. This has every Bond film in it from 1962 all the way to 2015. We have quite a few to watch. We have a DVD player underneath the TV, Blu-ray. I've taken my shower. Sean has started cooking dinner. We'll soon watch a movie. This is how our night is going. Sean's steaks are literally probably the best steaks that I've ever eaten. He knows how to cook up a mean steak. Oh, the flavors are there. It's cooked to the perfect temperature. We love like a medium rare type of steak. It is movie time. We have a fabulous dinner here and we are going to eat and watch this movie and close out today's video. We hope you enjoyed this realistic, real life look into our 48 hours of wintertime boat life. We have some boat projects we're going to be tackling over the next couple weeks, and then we're going to be heading out of the marina and starting sailing again. So we will end out today's video here. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button if you did. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, because we have some really cool stuff coming up that you're not going to want to miss, especially if you're really into adventures, off-grid, remote places, stuff like that. And we'll see y'all next time on Sailing Tela Ru.